Hi, welcome back to Two
Hi,
Kims.
one pod.
I'm your first Kim Peter Kim.
I am your last Kim Unji Kim.
And we joke about this being the last podcast on Earth, but I really think it's going to be because the world is turning upside down and I don't even know what to say. There's a lot,
Yeah,
there's too much happening.
I've actually become much more selective about like kind of what I'm allowing in, you know.
Okay, tell me about that because I have
Like
something to say about that.
so I like legit I am now like I've never been on the apps, but I do feel
The
like
apps.
I've never been on the apps, like dating apps, right? As
Uh-huh.
I'm too old, right? And I was already coupled up by the time any of those things emerged. So I've
Correct.
never experienced that. But I feel like I understand a little bit of this phenomenon now because whenever I see news now, I will now swipe. Either I'm saying yes to the story or I'm saying no. Like I want this in my life or I don't
Mm-hmm.
want this in my life. I'm going to agree to go on a date
I
with it
see,
and
I
read the
see.
entire story, or I'm saying no, I'm not
You're being
interested.
choosy about your news intake.
I am being much more selective. I mean, I've already
That's
been
fair.
selective a little bit, but like
That's
now
fair.
it I'm also now gauging emotional impact.
It's
Like,
yeah, it's too much. There's so much happening and it does feel like the end of the world um
yes.
as we know it and I don't feel fine. Well,
Yeah.
let's get into it. First of all, speaking of being choosy about letting things in, I must have let something evil into my body because the entire time Unji and I were in New York, the bitch was struggling.
It's true.
I was on I was tempering a fever with Tylenol
Yes.
and I was sorry to say this guys, I know some of you might be eating right now, but liquid diarrhea
Yes.
shooting out of my butthole.
Yes.
And it felt like norovirus, but I wasn't throwing up and I wasn't contagious. It just all felt really like, what the fuck is happening? I haven't been taken out like this in a very long time.
But more, the worst part of it was your lack of sleep, that you couldn't
Oh,
even allow your body to recover.
I was hallucinating straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever had a fever where you don't understand the thoughts in your head.
Where you're
Like,
delirious with fever.
yeah, like it feels like you tuned into a radio station
Mm-hmm.
and people are just like bum, 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 and they're talking and there's like full conversations happening
Mm-hmm.
that are not of your own making.
Delirium.
That's what that is. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever experienced that before.
Yeah. I mean, I have, but I was also laying down, resting. You were out and about, walking
Yeah.
amongst us.
Yes. In the city of New York,
You were out there.
taping two specials back to back. By the way, Unji and I just got back from New York taping our specials, half hours.
Yes.
Um,
Truly nuts.
fever notwithstanding, how did you feel about the whole experience?
You know what? I will say, I think getting that type of experience on that scale, like with those sort of like some stakes, but not a ton of stakes,
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing sort of my like, body reaction to it,
Mm-hmm.
I like understand why I've self-sabotage, like what this impulse is in my body
Mm.
way more now. Because it's like my
That
hackles raised
uh-huh.
rising. I was like you know what I mean? Like all those like things were starting to gear up. But because the stakes weren't crazy, I was able to like temper it a little bit and be like, chill out.
Yeah. What were the stakes for you?
nothing. It was just like, oh, there's something
Yeah.
happening, right? It's just enough that like something people are coming to see it. It's that enough that it's in a different state. It's enough that
Mhm.
like it's just like a small little things like that where um I think you can attest to it. It's like when you learn to deny your feelings,
Mhm.
when you learn to ignore your body reaction,
Yeah.
like you were with this fever,
Yeah.
like it's hard to always recognize when your body is reacting to stress because you're so accustomed to be like, this is nothing, this is fine, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So, like, just having this small bit of that, I was able to be like, oh, this is like why, like, like I react this way to high stakes. Like, what
Mhm.
happens to me bodily? Like I lose focus. I start to like kind of wander. I'm always like trying to I start to make risky choices, you know? I start
Mhm.
to engage in sort of high risk behavior.
Yeah.
And
And you
like
felt like you weren't doing that in New York.
I was a little bit, but because I wasn't able to like totally spiral out, I felt more aware of what I do typically. Like I got a deeper understanding of the its magnitude. Like
Mhm.
just because I've only seen it from 0 to 100, seeing it at 50, you know how like gives you perspective sometimes? Like
Mhm.
when you only know those two binary states, and so you don't understand the difference distance between the two of them,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're only experiencing on or off, you don't know what it's like to be sort of like dim. So
Mhm.
once you get to dim, you're like understand what the dark and the, you know what I mean? That sort of perspective. And that's what it was like. I was like, oh, this is what happens to me. Like my body reaction.
Mm.
Like I'm saying, like the anxiety, this like spiral, like all of that stuff started to happen. But because the stakes weren't crazy, I was able to like bring it down.
Mm.
So that was interesting, I will say. But otherwise, it was really fun. It's always really fun to do shows. And it's always really I will say just because we've both talked about in this last year where we are with our respective material, that also felt good.
Talk to me about that.
Because I could hear even from when I saw your set in San Fran, like I could hear it, like in your set, like
Mhm.
the change and like the sort of um expansion of certain ideas and like the sophistication.
Mm. Interesting.
You know what I
I
mean? It was exciting.
Yeah. Um I agree. I think cuz I was just in New York at the same venue we were at in November filming an hour,
Yeah.
which I whittled down to 39 minutes for my special. And a lot of people were like came back to the show,
Yeah.
like New York friends, fully expecting it to be a repeat. You know what I mean? So like
Yes.
they were surprised too. They were like, "Wait, you did all new stuff."
Mm-hmm.
And that felt really good to be able to do
Right.
and to be able to put out a full, not put out, but like do a full hour and then let that go and whoosh. And then from November build back up from scratch.
Right.
That was um I was proud of myself.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like even the jokes felt, you know, eh, yeah, it's just a matter of, I don't know if you necessarily get better at sex, after you lose your virginity or whatever,
Hmm.
but I do feel like you now have like a taste and understanding of this other part of the world, like sexually, sensorily,
Hmm.
that like I think breaking your cherry with that first hour now, like it just like the things that are coming out of you feel more like someone who's had sex.
I see what you're saying. A little more mature of a man.
Yes. A
Yeah.
little mature, like someone who's seen some things, who's willing to take some time, who's less like willing to just get it
Mm.
over with, but it's like, oh,
Hmm.
what's
Enjoy
this all
it.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I learned most about this half hour with you was that um there was a fear initially of putting
Yes.
the hour out,
Yes.
of like, okay, well, that's all I have. What am I gonna do next?
Yeah.
Like, how will I venture forward? But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm learning is that there is no there is no like um bin of jokes, or like, or rather there's no like end to material.
Right. Unlike the world, that won't end.
Yeah. You're
I
just
mean,
constantly
yes.
reacting to things, and
Yes.
that was a like confidence booster for me, of like, oh yeah, I'm just constantly building stuff that I'm reacting to, and it's such a different feeling than like having an act, and like
Mm-hmm.
preparing an act and then putting it out there. I guess, like, you're right. It is a more mature way to approach the craft, rather than, um, this is the best I got.
Right. I mean, there is like it's so necessary, right? That sort of urgency. I mean, the same thing in life, right? When you're in your 20s and your 30s, like there's this kind of sense of urgency around doing things, anything, right? It's
Mhm.
whether it's in your career, relationship, there's this like compulsion to complete,
Mhm.
reach a certain sort of point or juncture. There's like this urgency to reach that point.
Mhm.
Whereas I think once you've reached it, there's this understanding now that, any goal like that is ultimately the horizon, right? You keep going towards it and that's what it is. And we
Mhm.
all can know that intellectually, but to know it,
Yeah.
right? That is sort of what we've kind of been intimating since we both turned 40, where it's like we're starting to kind of really understand that. And that I think happens because also 40, like after 40, like I think 43, 44 is when biologically, like you actually do fall off the cliff. So there's this like your body is starting to go, so your
Honey,
mind
I
is
am
like,
feeling that. Let me tell you, I have
yeah.
never been taken out like this physically.
The
Like,
lack of sleep will do it, dude. Have you never had a bout of insomnia like this?
never. I've always pride in myself and being able to knock the fuck out.
Yes.
But not being able to sleep adds
Hmm.
another layer of like, you can't trust your brain, your body, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through pretty serious bouts of insomnia, so absolutely. That's why I was like so like concerned because I was like, that actually does fuck you up
Yeah.
in a way that, especially if you're not used to it,
Yeah.
will feel crazy making.
Yeah. I was flop sweating the second night the
Yes.
whole time.
I
I was
mean, you're
like, this is
usually, you're
I'm usually
usually,
sweating.
but like it was because you were also so delirious with tired.
Oh my God. I
Like,
was
nude,
so
I could
fucking
tell in your
tired.
eyes, like, nude, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because it's not even like 정신 없는 건 아니고, like, it's more like you are losing like grip on,
Yeah.
yeah.
Reality of like
Yeah, like
what's
it's,
happening.
I mean, that's really why it's such an effective torture
Mm-hmm.
device
Mm-hmm.
because you start to question your own like decisions and like that sort of self-doubt. Like it's really crazy making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to like round it out, like, uh, I don't know how completed my
Dude,
set. I
dude,
don't, and like, honestly, crushed.
crush.
We both crushed Friday night. Like, Friday night was crazy. And
Yeah.
maybe it was my lack of sleep and my fever of 103.6, but I've never heard you crush like that before, ever.
I mean, it was, yeah, I mean, I have, but but I mean, it was like it's because of that though, because it's always these stakes, right? Like I always sort of that's what I mean. It's like if
Yeah,
I'm
like
in
when
my
you're being
own,
taped, like the fact that you
yes,
were being taped and you crushed, like, I was like, what is happening?
because it never is always like it. Because when I tell you the some of the hardest crushes I've ever heard on my for my own like taped things have always been like secret tapings where it's like the room is just happening to be taping. I wasn't necessarily
Mm,
aware of it.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
And it's like a low stakes and whatever kind of show.
Yeah.
When I tell you that like it's usually because the audience is tiny and there are no the audience is not mic'd, or even if the audience is sort of full, like those are the times when I get those types back where I'm like, it's crazy.
Mhm.
And it's that. It's like that there are no stakes where I'm like totally invested in this moment. I'm like looking for the joke. I'm looking to kill with that person and that person and that person.
Mhm.
It's that.
Yeah.
And so it
Because
was a little
Thursday
bit
night, you and I both had a,
rough.
I wouldn't say rough, it was mid. Like, I've had
Yeah.
rough sets.
Yeah. But when I have rough sets like that, the Thursday night was it was tight. And also I personally was getting pissed. So
Well, you circled the drain at the end.
yeah, I was just like,
What do
what's
you want
happening?
from me? Yeah,
Yeah,
you were like,
I was getting pissed.
you're like, cut me
Just
open and you want to watch me bleed? Like, what the fuck do you want from me? But the thing is, like, they were all like, okay, no offense to my ASEANs, but like,
Mhm.
Asians are, as a group, the worst audiences. Because y'all don't laugh.
Mhm.
Y'all don't laugh out loud. And I get it. Culturally, we're told to be like yamjone
Mhm.
and like not be so like fucking brash, but like, bitch, you're at a comedy taping, and it was a
Yeah.
mostly Asian audience.
Yes.
And I love you guys, but you need to learn how to fucking be outside. You really do.
I mean, you have to learn how to be outside and let people know that you're outside. Like
Yeah.
it is such the energy of was it's happened to me with like very, very white audiences as well,
Mm,
where it's really quiet. And then
mm,
after the show, these couples come up to me and they're like, this was the best night
uh-huh.
of our lives. And it's, to be fair to these white people, at least they do that. Because Asian audience, they're not doing that.
Afterwards, yeah.
They're not coming up to you telling you anything positive or affirming. They're just gonna
No, they're
leave.
going straight home to bed.
Yeah. They might say to each other, "Oh, that was kind of fun,"
Yeah.
but not they're gonna let you know. And so, to be fair, that's what at least the white people do that. Because white people are always like sure, certain they wanna that you want to know their opinion. So
Mhm.
like that is fair. But Thursday was quiet, and then Friday was, I think, also
The exact opposite.
yes, yeah, and it was because there was more. There
The,
are a fair amount of Asians, but more Asians like that were in interracial relationships, let's be honest.
mhm.
And so it was like already sort of like a different environment
Black
and
people in the
vibe.
audience.
I
That always
mean,
helps.
absolute.
Um, so yeah,
Gay
we
men.
gay men in the audience.
Yes.
We just I it's almost poetic that I don't have a great memory of it because I was like, my brain was boiling
Hmm.
throughout, but I got to say like I'm pretty proud of myself for hunkering through
Yes.
and even the flop sweat and all. I am not even like upset about that. I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's part and parcel of the whole thing. And um I felt great about it. So
Have you watched it?
not yet. I'm very excited to dive in.
It's great.
You already watched it?
Hmm.
Oh, nice. Both nights or first second night only?
Just the second night. I never didn't want
You won't
to.
even touch the first
No, no.
night. That's so funny.
I already have like I already have a very accurate
Mhm.
understanding of my talent. I don't need to see it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I already know very
To be
acutely.
shown in 8K.
Yes. I already know very acutely the limits of my
Yeah.
talent and work ethic. I don't need to see it like that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised you watched it already.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
you're one to not watch your tapes.
yeah, I know.
Why did you
But I
watch
watched
it
it.
already? You wanted to prove something?
No, can I tell you something what it really was? And it's more like I
Was it
have this
what we were texting about?
yes, a little
Uh,
bit. That was
okay.
absolutely it. Because like after the show, guys, I was talking to Peter and I was like talking as I typically would about all the ways in which it was sort of slightly lacking. Right. I
Mhm.
was like, oh, if only the ceilings had been a little lower, if they had just curtained off the back so that everyone in the audience felt tighter and, the laughs and like this thing. And I'm kind of spinning out in the way where I typically do about all the ways in which it was not optimal.
Mhm.
And Peter looked at me and was like, I can't imagine it having gone any better.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at you like, for sure. Yeah, right. Like, and then understanding in that moment the sort of laughter dysmorphia I do have and experience.
Mhm.
Um, you know, I was telling a friend of ours about that, and she pointed out the fact that like most comedians or artists that last, right, that
Mhm.
continue have and do oftentimes suffer under some type of delusion, right? Whether
Mhm.
it's in this way where it's like everything is horrible, or where the opposite way where it's like everything is perfect,
Right.
and you have to, you have to. So when you said that, and I was like, this is a problem I have.
Mhm.
I wanted to go back and review the tape.
Because why? You wanted to prove me wrong or
I just
prove
needed to
you right?
see exactly. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I don't know what I wanted.
Yeah. And what did the tape say? Because the tape does not lie.
No, I would say that the truth is, for me, somewhere in the middle of both of our assessments, right?
Mhm.
And truth be honest, like if the mic had been more like facing the audience,
Mhm.
right? I think it would be prove you right.
Okay.
Um, but like because I could hear it,
Mhm.
because I tape enough uh my own sets at like Laugh Factory or whatever, where like it's the same sort of distance between stage
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
audience.
Mhm.
And I know the difference between like when my phone is sitting like face down versus face up
Sure,
because of the
sure.
way that it is able to capture laughs. And like I
Mhm.
can hear like parts of Laugh Factory, like where the laughs are popping off, because that's how
Mhm.
psychotic I am.
Sure.
So I'm like, the balcony over there, I remember that laugh, like,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so I think the honest truth is somewhere in between the two of us, but obviously I think it proves your point a little more, where I was like, yeah, you gotta shut the fuck up, girl. Like you're just bringing the vibe of the room down
Yeah.
constantly.
After a great time.
You'd be like, well, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, I gotta shut up. I gotta go into a room, spin out, and then return. And
Yeah.
then you can be allowed out again. Like,
Yeah.
truly. It was that. I was just like, what? That's why I watched it. I also I watched all of it,
The whole thing. Yeah.
a whole thing. And so, yeah, like it was absolutely, um, I think it was really also interesting to see on tape the sort of things that we talk about academically on here about our various uh comedic styles, and
Mm.
seeing it bear out that way was very interesting to me just as like a comedy person. Um Yeah. Like our body posture, like the way that you are so present is like such, I think, is a part and parcel of like this thing that I was talking about your own special is like it's sometimes hard to understand the crush in the room with you because of how
Mm-hmm.
present you are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because and it's hard to have it translate. It's like the reason why improv is impossible to tape.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like I do feel like with this, because of that sort of the confluence of both those things where it's like the joke the jokes are there, you're like being totally present and you're knowing that it's being taped. Like I will say there's something there where um I think the set is maybe like feels and will look stronger than the
The
like
special I had.
parts of the special. Yeah.
I agree. Except for the sweating, I thought this set felt better in my bones.
It looked like you could see like
The way I'm
yes.
standing, the way
Yes.
I'm like leaning in.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that the second night. The first night I was like, I hate all
Heels.
of you.
Yeah.
I don't like any of you and you're some of my best friends. But the second night, maybe it was the delirium that did help too. There was a sense of like also like we worked on our sets throughout, you know. So
Yes.
we're like, okay, what didn't work, what didn't work, and I did um cut a joke and add a joke and change a punchline, whatever. We did what we had to do,
Yes.
but I would say overall 85% of the set was the same that I did from
Mm-hmm.
Thursday to Friday.
Yes.
But the big difference was my delivery.
Correct.
And
Correct.
I felt that in my bones.
You can see it. Like that's sort of what was remarkable and like the like I feel like with you, I could see the crush. That's how it affirmed to me.
Mm,
Like the way that you're like kind of leaning in and vibing, it was like, oh yeah, like this is that. They were there
yeah.
for it. So, um,
Yeah.
that sort of like affirmed to me exactly what you were saying. Even though I can't necessarily feel it in my own bones, I could see it in
At the
yours.
time. At
Yeah,
the time. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So that was very helpful. And I will also say, just like going through, because I went through like older sets, because some of my jokes are, and I was like, why does this feel
Hmm.
different? And one, because it's packaged in this other way, part of it. But I
Mm,
do think that there's something to be said of this sort of like not being a virgin sort of energy,
mm.
right? Even the same jokes kind of feel different, are being presented differently. There's like a different rhythm and cadence to it, right?
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that's
there
just,
was like I remember from backstage because you went first.
mhm.
Well, we had an opener, thank God.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes,
Maggie.
yes.
And then you went up before me, and I remember it like rolling, like
Hmm.
cracking and rolling. Like,
Okay.
and I don't think I told you this, but truth be told, there was a moment where I was like, "Fuck, am I gonna be able to follow this?"
Shut up.
No, for real, because it sounded so loud to me, and so not loud. Like the comedy set where you're just like, there's kind of like laugh and then
Hmm.
die, laugh, die. These like laughs were rolling into the next thing, and
Hmm.
growing. And when you hear that from a comic before you go up, you're like, oh, fuck. Because you understand that that's a very difficult thing to achieve.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And if you hear it before you're like, oh, I I see what remember when like Bobby was like, you can't open for anymore because
Yeah.
you're killing him too hard.
Yes.
it's the first time I really understood that, where I was like, oh, yeah, it does make it harder.
Because there's a refractory period for every single audience, right? Like it takes some time
Correct.
to be able to get hard again.
Correct. To reset
Hmm. Hmm.
and there was a second where I was like, I think like halfway into your set, I was like, oh, bitch, you better fucking tie your shoes and look alive, bitch, because she's making it hard, which is a good thing,
For sure. Yeah, yeah.
overall for comedy's sake. Um, but it is a tough thing
Hmm.
for a lineup.
Yes. I would say that if you went before me, like this is the difference. So, and why it's like just our two like personalities. Like you heard that, and there's a part of you that like your competitive hackles are like, get up, right? And you like show up. You're like,
Like
all right,
you better
get,
not fucking embarrass yourself.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, let's lock in. I would hear that backstage and be like, like,
Give
ah!
up.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, now I have to do an entirely new set. Like, I would go out there and start
A new
clowning. You know what I mean?
set.
I'd be like, what if like, hey, people, you know what's popular in LA right now? Clowning.
Yeah. May I get a suggestion of anything at all?
Like it's like, because I would be like, oh, I can't compete on that. I would have to try something totally different.
Yeah.
And so that's why, it's like, it's very different and I would not have worried. But yeah, that's absolutely something. That's what I mean. Like seeing it and having it on a lower stakes level really did make me more acutely aware. The 48 hours after I got back from New York, dude, I truly wrote and reorged like so much of my set and wrote and punched out so much
Mm.
because of this thing that we're describing, where like, yes, we were working on our sets because that's what we were there for. Like the reasons why comics get so strong on the road is beyond simply the rep. It is the time focus on the thing at hand.
Mm.
And it's hard to do that when you're in your home base because you got other shit going on, right? You have your life. Whereas when you're on the road, you're doing the thing.
Yeah. It's brunch and then joke writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I will say like on the flight home and like all this stuff, like since then I haven't touched. But the 48 hours post, like, yeah, I feel like I have punched out and like could going into like my next couple of spots in the city, like I could do like a bunch of new stuff. And that's exciting.
Yeah. That's really exciting.
Yeah. I mean, how is the Asian show on Saturday?
I canceled. I
Oh my
canceled both
God.
my spots. Yeah, because I was laid out. Well, I did I tell you I was not drugged, but I was given a Klonopin.
Right.
I took it at 12 midnight after our
Yeah.
Friday show. I couldn't raise my head up off the ground till 6 p.m. the next day. I am not one for prescription drugs.
No, you're delicate.
I couldn't deal. I was like, what the fuck did you give me?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, oh, you should be fine by like 10 a.m. I was like, not fine. Like I couldn't like move. It
Wow.
was so like heavy.
Yeah.
I did get some sleep though, which is like,
Helpful.
at the end of the day, that's what I needed. But
Yeah.
Jesus, I see why people like die on these things. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all are casually popping these pills and going to the club? What the fuck is happening?
Well, I mean, yeah, like especially the Klonopins like that and like drinking, it's really crazy. But
The
um,
benzos. Oh my
yeah.
God. Yeah, and the drinking. I mean, Jesus, never wake up again. Um,
I mean, that is crazy. I didn't realize you'd be so sensitive to it, but yeah,
Hyper.
for sure.
I don't take any prescription, nothing, like except for my SSRI, but like that's all.
That's nothing.
That's what the hell is that?
Yeah, they should put that in the
Um,
water.
for real. Um, but the upside is that I have been off weed, sugar, gluten, coffee
I can't believe that, the coffee.
for almost 15 days now. And
Are clothes hanging off of you?
honey, I went back to the doctor for urgent care,
Yeah.
and because I just went in for a annual checkup,
Okay.
and they clocked me at 186.
Okay.
I went back in, they clocked me at 170. They were like, "You lost 16 pounds in 3 weeks," and I was like, "Yeah, bitch, I've been sick." Yeah,
I did not realize it was that much weight.
I
Yo, that's
lost
like
so much
prom,
weight.
that's prom, like
Ready
prom dance crash diet things. Like that's 90s, like you're on fen.
for real. Yeah, and it's not fun.
No.
I'll tell you that. But I do feel like physically,
Yeah.
not physically, sorry, aesthetically
Hmm.
slim.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I love it. It's like it's a little haunting looking when I look at my face sometimes. I'm like, especially
Neither
with
of us are like, yes, like something like
yeah,
age, getting old and like losing that kind of weight. It does
losing
actually
like
feel good.
fat like around the face, you're like
Yes.
corpse. You know, like 진짜, like
Dude, yeah, like truly like because remember I was like randomly losing weight and like I look at photos of myself and it's like it's that like it's like sure like my I look thinner like visibly, but it's like
a
얼굴 like
hollow.
night
Yeah.
like you can tell like and I was like people like my skin looks like still the same, but my face because it's like I lost all this weight
Yeah, it's like hanging differently. Yeah, it's
like
weird.
like it doesn't look good.
I don't
I don't
really love
know.
it, but I'm sure it's gonna look amazing on camera because I have to be I have to be on camera soon.
That's
But
right. You're doing the
yeah,
sex scenes.
I'm not doing a sex scene crazy. I'm just taking off my clothes. Um, but I because I've never been down for the count for this long,
Hmm.
I am reassessing going back to what we say, like what we're taking in,
Yes.
what I'm putting back in, because I'm being very intentional about food right now because of this
Hmm.
GI issue. I've only been eating kanji,
Yeah.
and every little thing I put into my body, I'm on like looking at, I'm examining.
Hmm.
So that goes with like weed and coffee and sugar and all that too. So I'm like, I don't know. It feels like the right time to kind of like take a stern look at all that.
What are
And
you what are you considering?
I mean, I haven't had coffee in 2 weeks, and
You like it?
I mean, it's not. I feel scared to like put it in my body.
Again, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like 무서워.
Yeah, yeah.
Even weed, I'm like, you know, when you're sick, anything you like introduce to your body, you're like a little scared.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that fear is kind of good because I was recklessly just shoving shit into my hole.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nonstop. And that goes for fucking random dick too. Like, I'm reassessing the whole thing.
All the holes. You're reassessing the whole thing, like
Yeah.
all the holes. Yes,
Yes. A holistic view.
a holistic whole thing. Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, I went through this with all of my like inflammation and like my eczema stuff. So yeah, like I've done this elimination thing, reintroducing stuff back. I will say this, living with it long term, um, you I don't know, maybe you're sort of better at that sort of thing, but I will say that um you I think you being more aware of it and being more intentional and conscious is always a good thing.
Mhm.
You do have to figure out a middle of the road sort of way
So
for
I'm not such a bummer.
No, 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 because then it's the same thing with dieting, right? It's like you're going to be like, oh, it's all or
Oh, I see. I
nothing.
see. Yeah, yeah.
And so understanding like this is what my body feels like with like a little bit of gluten,
Hmm.
right? A little bit of this. And
Hmm.
so I
I'm
was
gonna
more
try
like,
bread today.
I had a more fucking attitude right after I had finished the elimination, and
Hmm.
then living with it longer term and having my body be more and more sensitive to it. Because once it's out and you start to reintroduce, your body's like, what the fuck? You told us you were not doing this anymore.
That's why my body's, yeah, that's exactly where we are.
So
It's
the
the
fact that it's,
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely something where it's like you promise that you are no longer doing this. Whereas before, because your body was constantly in this state of inflammation and like distress, it didn't
Yeah.
feel that different. But now
Yeah.
that you're finally bringing it down, any sort of little uptick. So
Feels
after you do that,
huge.
it feels
Yeah.
huge. So after you do that, you do need to forgive yourself and then bring it back down, as opposed to reaching that point and then just being like, well, then whatever.
Well,
And then
fuck
after
it.
like
Yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you, it takes not a long time. Like if you just can resist this thing for like a week or two, your body goes back. It's that fast.
Mm.
So recognizing even in a week, then it's like you can go back down and you feel like your body go down again and like not be as feeling as upset or in distress. Like just that. So now I'll like I'll do gluten every once in a while, but I know I'm gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
But then I just like go back to the best diet
Rice.
for us is just Asian food. Just
Yeah, rice and veg. And I know. So I am going to fuck around with a sandwich today. I'm hoping my body doesn't kill me,
hmm
but I have to like live in the world, you know?
This is what I
So
mean.
so I'm gonna try it.
hmm
Um, but we'll see.
I'm
I'll
curious
report.
because, like, for me, it is very specifically gluten and nightshades that fuck me up way more than even dairy.
Nightshades fuck me up.
Yes.
Tomatoes, peppers
Eggplant. Yes. Peppers. Yes.
fuck me up. And I love Italian food.
I love,
So I'm like, yeah, I know. It's everything I love. It's like, and I love sugar.
I love sugar.
And sugar like really fucks me up.
So that's the thing is like figured out ways and forms of sugar that don't necessarily fuck me up as much. Processed sugar really fucks me up. Squirts of simple syrup, honey, like stuff like that, obviously are sort of, but not as much. It's like
No, I'm
all
talking
the
about I love a fucking Milky Way bar.
yes,
You know
I
what I
love
mean?
candy.
Oh,
Yes.
I love candy. I love sitting there and fucking eating a whole bar of Snickers. The that so like I have to get my brain around being in control as opposed to just like like
Yeah. And especially with
which is what
Easter
I'm used
candy,
to.
Easter
Oh my
as a season with
God.
candy,
It's
no
upon
one talks about it.
us.
Everyone talks about Halloween, but let's talk about Easter candy. Tis the
Honey,
season.
I don't know about you, but every time I see pastel, I'm like, it's healthier.
It's it's
Hello?
lighter. It's
Yeah.
lighter.
It's a lighter shade. Yeah,
But
I know.
I will say I almost prefer the Easter season of candy because it's like one, it's more colorful, but I also feel like there's like more like kind of interesting and unique combinations of stuff. Like people get creative during this time, right? They're like
Mm,
it's kind of similar with like holiday candy, I feel like. It's like people are like really letting their imagination kind of run more wild. Whereas
yeah.
with the Halloween season of candy, I feel like they get wild with like colors. They're
Yeah.
not getting innovative with flavor,
Yeah.
right? They're not getting innovative with combinations. Whereas I think Easter and holiday, people are like, why not? That's kind of the attitude a little more.
Yeah.
Um, Easter season of candy is just really fucking hits it for me. So it's hard. It's hard. But I think that you can, and I have stood there in the candy aisle at the TJ's and looked and been like, what version of these candies can I eat a bag of?
Hmm.
that won't fuck me up as much.
And what's that?
Usually something with like a nut,
Like a
usually something
chocolate covered nut or some dark
uh,
chocolate covered almond or some shit
you
like
got it.
that?
Yes,
Sure. Yeah.
like a mallow, a marshmallow, kind of like with nuts and stuff like that. Like, because the thing is with the control part, it's like I know I guess I could have one of like that crazy candy, but I know I won't want one.
Yeah. We're addicts.
So I look at the thing as like, what can I eat a bag of? And that's the trade-off I think I make in my mind. I'm like, what can
Like I'm
I?
gonna eat a shit ton of this thing that's like less delectable.
Yes,
Hmm.
but I want a bag of it.
Yeah.
That is my
We'll
advice
see.
because
Well,
it's like
let
it
me
has to
let
be
me
a
start
bag.
with this sandwich and let me I'll figure it out. I've been craving this tuna fish sandwich from Larchmont.
Yeah. I mean,
Wine and deli. I mean, a
I
tuna fish
love
sandwich.
tuna fish sandwich, eggs. I love a sandwich to me is one of the things that I really do miss the most about that lifestyle. Like I hate that it's now like an indulgence.
What the fuck is going on? I hate getting old.
Yeah,
I
it really
really,
is.
really hate it. And this sickness has really helped me realize I am nothing but meat, bone, shit, and viscera. And
And it's
truly,
getting old.
yeah. And it's rotted.
And it's rotted. Yeah, yeah.
My God.
It's brutal, dude. And like just seeing you in pain with at least the sleep thing, it was like I was just really empathized. It's like I've gone through like kind of intense bouts of insomnia. So yeah, the fact that you were experiencing it for the first time and traveling, oof,
The traveling, the being
oof.
in someone else's space while being uncomfortable. I I don't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah, that
I
was
really,
yeah,
yeah. Because
truly.
because all you want to do is just be home, cozy with your dogs, with your family, like
You want
never
to fart
again.
in your own sheets. You want to fart
Exactly.
in your own sheets. Like
Yeah.
that's really the energy that you want.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got to be the older you get, the less able you are to do that. And I don't know, there is something about aging where there is like a part of you that starts to return home, like beyond just like like being more comfortable at home, but like you returning to your roots, like kind of like as like a culturally, right, food wise, and then like your body's even like, yeah, go back to the way that you were raised. Like, fuck all this like interesting food that you had while you were a young person and you traveled. Yeah, you went to Italy, big fucking deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's not where you're from. Like, come home, like it's like absolutely this energy where you're like, it is that.
Yeah.
It is, it's that. Like, but I will also say there's shit inside of all cuisine because there's always like a corn, a potato, or something like that outside of the gluten that I always can like a polenta, right? But I would just find out which one you're more sensitive. I suspect you're probably a more sensitive to dairy person
Oh yeah.
than gluten.
Hugely dairy phobic. Yeah.
So I mean, then maybe the gluten can be your like, like that's the way you get to indulge. Because I get to indulge now a little more with dairy. Like my big snack right now is like slices of parm.
Oh, hard aged parm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's not really as dairy. It doesn't fuck you up.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. I've been dipping it in jam.
Oh God, that sounds so good.
Yeah. And I just had it with like bacon.
Whoa. Bacon. Oh my God.
Isn't that it
That
sound like a
sounds
good bite?
so good.
That's like a
Oh
good
my
bite, right?
God.
Dude, I just had that. It was like I was like, this is that's what I mean. It's like you can figure it out. It just takes a minute because you're now having to create your own sort of like snacks. You can't indulge in as much in like kind of fast food consumption stuff,
Yeah.
which does suck as
It
a
really sucks.
I
It's
mean,
a bummer. It's a bummer
I
not being young because like none of us experienced this when we were young. It's just not a young person thing.
yeah, I mean, I do feel like people that were sort of like silly act or whatever, like always. But that's the reason why they seem old, even though you're young.
That's true.
Like there's like, the carefreeness to everything is absolutely like what keeps you young.
That's
But I
true.
mean, you'll figure it. I hope that this feels better. When you're saying that you should go get headshots, absolutely. That's why I was asking about your round of antibiotics. If it's 10 days, then yeah, you have
Mhm.
enough time to book something,
Yeah.
get into a studio.
Yeah. It's actually 7 days, so yeah.
So you better hurry.
Maybe I will. All right. Thank you guys for listening. If you have any tips on how to get old gracefully, please let us know and look out for our specials. They'll be cut up and presented to you in some shape or form. All right. Bye.
Bye.